Good evening, everyone. I'm really glad to be here, and I'm really glad to show you the film because, as you may know, it's complicated to show French movies in America nowadays. So I guess you all know that. In French, it's called La Venue de l'Avenir, the coming of the future, and in English, it's called The Colors of Time. And it's really a movie that takes place in two different periods, 1895 and 2025. And so it's really going back and forth between the two periods, and it's the story of a family with ancestors and today the same family. So it's really, the idea is really to compare and to make fun of our time, of our present.
Vous êtes tous les descendants d'une femme née en 1873, Adèle Meunier, née Vermillard.
Je sais pas, on est quand même une famille qu'on se connaît même pas, c'est bizarre, non?
It was exciting to use very new techniques to build an ancient Paris and to show what it was like before 1900. And it was exciting because, you know, it's my 15th feature film. And in this one, I made a lot of portraits of Paris in my recent films. And in this one, it's another way of showing Paris, but with its history. And so I'm really playing with the fact that sometimes when you're in a street in Paris, it's the same architecture, it's the same feeling as 150 years ago. So I'm really playing with time. And it was really the idea with this movie to be playful with time passing. And so it's funny to see the people who try to imagine the future at that time, and of course they're wrong, and of course they make mistakes. And nowadays, when we think about IA, we know it's going to change many things, and we know the future is going to be different from what we are expecting. But I think it's interesting to just be playful with that, with our idea of the future, which is always complicated.
La maison est restée fermée depuis 1944.
Elles ont vraiment un mystère, ces photos. On se demande c'était quoi leur vie.
You know, for example, in the movie, there's a photographer back before 1900, and he says now that the photography was invented, the painting is not worth it, or it's not useful. So it's funny to make fun of that, because we know that painting still exists, and painters do exist, and we have the same ideas, you know, about IA or AI, where we think that movie making is maybe going to disappear because of this. And I really do believe that things add up, and things can disappear, but it's really harder to see them disappear. So that's a way of making fun of our times, is really to try to foresee what can happen in the future from now, you know.
Je veux aller à Paris, Gaspard. J'ai besoin de savoir qui est ma maman.
Tu l'as pas vue depuis combien de temps, ta mère?
20 ans. Pourquoi vous voulez quitter Le Havre?
Bah, tout se passe à Paris maintenant.
It's great to be here, and I was really curious to see Los Angeles and Hollywood today, because as you said, you know, it was a dream before, it's not a dream anymore. I think that it's not a great time for Hollywood, and it's not a great time for America in general. But it's interesting to talk to the people who are creating and who are in the movie business today. So for me, it was interesting to make this travel, to have these talks, you know, and to see what people feel now, and how we can work together, you know, European people and American people, because we're in a turning point. You know, there's really a change with the platform, with the cinema. We know it's not going to be the same in 10 years. So it's interesting to speak with young filmmakers or old filmmakers here to see what they think about all that. Yeah.
Pas trop cliché, genre vieux Paris ici.
Écoute, Paris, c'est Paris. Hein. C'est vieux, c'est cliché, mais...
Me regarde pas comme ça.
Je suis obligé de te regarder si je te dessine.
Oui,
Non. Quoi?
je crois que j'ai trouvé un trésor.
C'est-à-dire
À bientôt, Gaspard.
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 I think that creation was more intense in different periods, in the 30s, in the 40s, in the 50s, in the 80s. The new Hollywood, for example, was very creative for me. And, people like Cameron and Spielberg and Lucas. And I don't feel there is this kind of creation today. And for me, the people who were interesting for me were people like Scorsese, Altman, Foreman, even though Foreman is not completely American, but for me, the American films that I like were related to reality. I think it's less and less concerned about reality. So I think that people who were, like Jerry Schatzberg or people like that, who were doing things dealing with reality and with acting also, that was interesting for me. And I don't really see that. I think that creation is more with a series now. I think it's really creative. Like Succession for me is more interesting than many feature films. So I think the creation has transferred to another medium. And so it's interesting to see that also.
Et mon père, c'est qui mon père?
Oui, ça me semble évident que c'est le tableau d'un impressionniste.
Je me suis fait draguer par Victor Hugo.
J'ai un peu l'impression de découvrir ma famille. Une vraie famille.
Ne bouge pas.
En découvrant des choses sur eux, on découvre aussi un peu de choses sur nous.